Hey everyone, Leroy here with another employee spotlight, and I happen to be in Australia at our Mayfield facility up in Newcastle. And so I have Julie-Ann Gilmour here next to me, and I'm going to ask her to introduce herself for everybody. So Julie-Ann, why don't you tell them who you are?
Hi, I'm Julie-Ann Gilmour, Superintendent Planning and Training. I've been here 20 years.
20 years.
20
okay.
years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And so how would you describe your job, and put it in as plain language as possible for those out there who have no understanding of what we do here? How would you describe it to your friends and family?
Well, my elevator spiel has got to start with what Koppers does and then what I do in Koppers.
Great.
So when I talk about my spiel for what I do at Mayfield, I say, okay, well, we're in between the steelworks and the aluminium smelters.
Right.
So what we do is we take their tar, kind of toxic byproduct, and then we distill it, we beneficially reuse it, we make it into a crucial raw material for the aluminium smelters. So for me, the reason I get up and come to work at Koppers is we're part of the industry that keeps infrastructure running and enables the globe, the nation, the globe, to transition to a cleaner energy future and a brighter, sustainable future. So my role in that is to help that happen by doing production planning and logistics, where I make sure that we get the right, process the raw materials at an appropriate speed, make the appropriate quality, and it's a really great team effort because we've got really talented people working in procuring the raw materials, doing the processing, and I'm just one of the cogs in the chain to make that work smoothly. I'm also quite involved in our quality systems on site, so working to not just make sure that for now we're making good quality product, but we've got the systems in place that we can continue to meet our customers' expectations, our legal obligations. We keep on getting better, and so that's part of what I do every day as well.
You've done a great job of explaining what we do and your role in that. I need to actually start taking you with me as I meet with the investment community. You do a great job of actually, I think, telling the story, so congratulations.
I mean, that's the point. Like, why work here and not somewhere else if we're not here to make a difference? And I've seen over 20 years what Koppers is not what Koppers was.
Right.
And we have a great opportunity for what Koppers will be to really embed ourselves as someone who adds value to the communities that we're in, the societies that we're in. Like, we're positioned really well if we continue to keep up and don't get left behind by all the changes that are happening legislatively, environmentally, and just socially around us.
Okay, so Julie-Ann, so what's the most favorite thing or the most challenging part of what you do every day? What would you say that is?
It's kind of twofold about the fun bits. The fun bits are all of the people I get to work with and the way that really everything is sustainability. I work with people who are in the zero harm focused area and keeping people safe and keeping the environment in a good place. That's sustainability. That sets us forward so that we can have a future as a company, and the future is aiding the planet and the people, not making the worst of it. When we talk about all the different governance programs that we have, that's about sustainability. That's making sure that we can go forward. We've got new customers, we've got new processes, we've got inclusion and diversity, and all of that is sustainability. And there are people in so many different areas of Koppers that are passionate about that and are working on various different teams, various different areas, and that's my favourite part.
Okay, Julie, we're going to have a little bit of fun right now. So I'm going to ask you what we call the Fast Five. So I'm going to hit you with 5 questions real quick and want to get your responses, all right? So you're a Marvel fan at all, right? So, okay, so if you could be a character in a Marvel movie, which one would you be and why?
Kate Blanchett is my favourite Australian actor, and she plays Thor's homicidal sister. And I'd just kick her out of that, and I would become Thor's homicidal sister and take that role.
That sounds scary. All right. If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Audible credits, so that I can just keep my Audible audiobooks. That's what I'm really into.
You're a big audiobook. Okay, perfect. Imagine you could teleport anywhere. Where would you go right now?
I'd go to Japan. Got a family holiday booked there, and this whole passports, travel insurance,
It's a pain in the
flying
butt,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, just straight there.
That'd be fantastic. I'd love to do that too. It'd be great if I could have done that instead of the 17-hour flight I took from Houston here. But
Agreed.
what piece of advice would you share with your younger self?
I'd say don't be nervous about marrying that bloke.
Okay.
He was an absolute keeper.
He turned out okay.
He turned out fantastic.
That's awesome.
Great husband, great dad.
Great.
I'd pick him again.
Good. What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
I went whitewater rafting on the Blue Nile, which is like in Uganda, the headwaters of the Nile River.
Wow. Okay.
And I'd never ever do it again, but
Yeah.
I'm so glad I did it that one time.
That's awesome. Okay, Julie-Ann, so this is where you get to put me on the spot and ask me a question. What would you like to ask me?
Koppers has seen a lot of change since I've been here, the last 20 years, 10, 5.
Yeah.
What would you like to see in the next 5 years that haven't happened yet? So what's your,
Okay.
yeah,
Yep. So
next 5 years?
It's okay. Next 5 years. Certainly we would like to become bigger. I think we're always looking to set the bar higher each time we reach a new goal. We want to be better. We want to drive sales revenue higher. We want to drive our earnings higher. That's all sort of normal stuff. You would expect that. We're a public company. We have to create value for shareholders. That's really one of the ways you do it, by taking the capital and the cash that we earn and investing it wisely. But for me, the things that mean the most to me is being able to do all those sorts of things while also creating a safer work environment for our employees, while improving our environmental footprint and pushing sustainability through the organization by expanding upon and improving the overall atmosphere for our employees across the globe. And so all those things, being able to do all those things and be a well-rounded company is where I hope to continue to see the organization go. And that's why we focus on the things that we focus on that you touched on so much. And that's why it's important to have folks like you as committed and passionate towards, again, not just selling more and making more, which we know is part of what we're responsible for doing, but also by, again, creating a greater organization, both locally as well as more broadly across the globe in terms of what we're doing on the sustainability front, the safety front, the employee engagement front. So I thank you for your part in that, and everybody else who's played such a key role in it. So I really enjoyed spending the time with you. Thank you for taking the time, and until next time, everybody out there, when I'll see you on either a 412 or another employee spotlight, take care, everyone from Australia. Good day, mate.
G'day.